Dear 11th standard students, already in the previous video sessions, you gained knowledge from that video: angular displacement, angular velocity, angular acceleration. Now, in this video session, we will discuss about tangential acceleration. Already you know about any one body or a particle move in a circular path. It is a circular path. Center of the circular path, point O. Radius of the circular path, R. Let us consider one particle or a point object. Initial position of the point object on the circular path, A point. Now, this particle starts move from A point to another point within a time interval del t, reaches at this point B on the circular path. At that instant of time, position of the point object on the circular path is B point. R is the radius of the circular path. Delta theta is the angle subtended at the center of the circular path in between the 2 points on the R. A is the one of the point, B is the another point. Initial position of the point object on the circular path A point. Within a time interval del t, that point object starts move from A point to B point within a time interval del t. So, angle subtended at the center of the circular path in between the 2 points on the circular path at its center is delta theta. Within a time interval del t, that point object covers a circular arc of the length delta s. This is path covered by a point object within a time interval del t on the circumference of the circle move from A point to B point is del s. So del s is the arc length covered by the point object within a time interval del t. Then angle subtended at its center of the circular path in between the two position of the point object is delta theta. We know that delta theta, angle subtended at the center of the circular path, delta theta, which is equal to arc length divided by radius of the circular path. So delta theta, which means angle subtended at the center. This is angle subtended at the center, delta theta, which is equal to arc length delta s divided by radius of the circular path r. From this equation, delta s, which is equal to r into delta theta, r into delta theta, equation number 1. Equation 1 divided by delta theta on the both the sides. Delta theta on both the sides. So delta s divided by delta theta, which is equal to r into delta theta divided by delta t. So this is equation number 2. So from the equation 2, we taken the limit delta tends to becomes 0. delta t tends to becomes 0, equation 2 becomes delta s divided by delta t, that is limitation delta t tends to 0. This is delta t tends to 0, then limit delta s divided by delta t, which is equal to or limitation delta t tends to 0, delta theta divided by delta t, equation number 3. So from equation 2, take limitation delta t tends to becomes 0. What happens? Equation 2 becomes limitation delta t tends to 0, delta s divided by delta t, which is equal to r into limitation delta t tends to 0 into delta theta divided by delta t. So already we know that the equation in the previous video session. V, which is equal to linear speed, which is equal to limitation delta t tends to 0, delta s divided by delta t, which is equal to ds divided by dt, equation number 4. Already you know that the equation linear speed v, which is equal to limitation delta t tends to 0, delta s divided by delta t. Delta s divided by delta t means change in displacement divided by change in time interval, which is equal to ds divided by dt. So rate of change of displacement with respect to time is called linear speed. Then already we know that the another equation angular speed which is equal to omega limitation delta t tends to 0, delta theta divided by delta t, which is equal to d theta divided by dt. It is another equation. So angular speed in a circular motion, which is equal to limitation delta t tends to 0, delta theta divided by delta t, which means change in angular displacement with respect to change in time interval, which is equal to rate of change of angular displacement, is called angular speed. We know that the equation 5. So see equation 4 and equation 5. Equation 4 and equation 5 substitute in equation 3. Equation 4 and equation 5 substitute in equation 3. See the equation 3. Limitation delta t tends to 0, delta s divided by delta t, which is equal to linear speed v, which is equal to r into limitation delta t tends to 0, delta theta divided by delta t, which is equal to angular speed omega. So it is an important relation connecting in between linear speed, it is an angular speed. In circular motion, it is a very, very important expression. The only one of the relation connecting in between linear speed and angular speed, v is equal to r omega. But in a circular motion, if a particle move from A point to B point in a circular motion, velocity of the particle at a point A is v1. Velocity of a particle at a point B is v2. So, at every point on the circular path, velocity of the particle is continuously changes. So therefore, it can be written in vector notation v vector, which is equal to omega vector cross r vector in vector notation. It is a right way to express the linear velocity and angular velocity. Linear velocity v vector and angular velocity omega vector. It can be right way to express v vector is equal to omega vector cross r vector. Remove the vector notation, v is equal to r omega sine theta. Here theta is the angle between radius vector or position vector and angular velocity vector. In a circular motion, it is a radius vector r vector. That radius vector is directed radially outwards from the center of the circular path. It is a radius vector or position vector. Velocity vector at every point on the circular path. At the A point, see the direction of velocity, because we assume that the point object is moves in a circular path in anti-clockwise direction. At this point, direction of linear velocity. At that point, direction of linear velocity is direction of linear velocity is continuously changes at every point on the circular path. See at one point, at the A point, direction of linear velocity v1 vector and the position vector r vector, both is acts right angles to each other. So angle between position vector or radius vector and the velocity vector at every point on the circular path is always right angles to each other. So theta value is 90. So v, which is equal to r omega, the magnitude by the relation connecting between linear speed and angular speed, or linear velocity and angular velocity, v is equal to r omega in a circular motion. So dear students, we know that the relation in a circular motion v is equal to r omega. This is the equation. This equation is the differentiating with respect to time on both the sides. Differentiating with respect to time on both the sides. So dv divided by dt, which is equal to radius vector remains constant. So therefore r d omega divided by dt. So this is equation number A. See that in a circular motion, very important relation, the relation connecting in between linear speed and angular speed, v is equal to r omega. In a circular motion, at every point on the circular path, so direction of position vector and direction of linear velocity is always acts right angles to each other. Then the relation connecting in between linear velocity and angular velocity in magnitude by v is equal to simply r omega. Differentiating this equation on both the sides, so dv divided by dt, which is equal to r position vector magnitude remains constant, d omega divided by dt. We know that the dv divided by dt is the tangential acceleration at, which is equal to r d omega divided by dt is angular acceleration alpha. So tangential acceleration experienced by an point object move in a circular path on the circumference of the circle at, which is equal to r alpha, equation number B. So tangential acceleration is also one of the vector quantity. In a circular path, center of the circular path, point O, position vector r vector, which is equal to r, radius of the circular path. Let us consider a point object, that initial position of the point object A. That point object A is moving on the circumference of the circle during its motion, reaches at the B point at any instant of time del t. Position vector, angle subtended at the center of the circular path is delta theta. At this A point, direction of linear velocity v. If a point object is moves at a position B, direction of linear velocity of the point object v. But at every point on the circumference of the circle, that point object experiences tangential acceleration. The direction of tangential acceleration is the same direction of tangential velocity, at vector. This is direction of linear velocity is the same direction of tangential acceleration. So I completed the relation of tangential acceleration. Tangential acceleration at, which is equal to r alpha. Tangential acceleration experienced by a point object moving in a circular path. I am not talking about uniform circular motion. Generally, if a point object is moving on the circumference of the circle, it will experience tangential acceleration. How we can calculate the tangential acceleration? At, which is equal to r alpha. Here at is the tangential acceleration, which is equal to r is the radius of the circular path. Alpha is the angular acceleration experienced by a point object moving in a circumference of the circle. So dear students, in our syllabus, next we are going to see uniform circular motion. Generally, if a point object moves in a circular path, it will experiences tangential acceleration. See the uniform circular motion. Let us consider one circular path. Center of the circular path, point O. Position vector or radius vector is directed radially from the center of the circular path. Let us consider one point object. Initial position of the point object on the circumference of the circle is A. Now the point object is moving on the circumference of the circle with the constant speed along the circumference of the circle, reaches at the point B. Now the position vector changes r vector. If a particle or a point object is moving on the circumference of the circle with the constant speed, then the motion of the point object or a particle on the circumference of the circle is said to be uniform circular motion. So once again, keep it in your mind. Uniform circular motion. If a point object or any body moves on the circumference of the circle with the constant speed at the A point, speed of the particle remains constant. At the B point, the speed of the particle remains same. If it reaches at the C point, that point object, the speed remains constant. If the same object reaches at the D point with the same speed, reaches at the E point with the same speed, so then the motion of the point object or a particle revolving in a circular path is said to be uniform circular motion. See, at this point A, I assume then the point object is moving in anti-clockwise direction, that is motion of the object. Direction of motion along this direction. So at the A point, speed of the point object, a particular one speed. At this A point, direction of linear velocity B vector, reaches at the B point with the same speed, but the direction of linear velocity changes, V vector, reaches at the C point with the same speed, but the direction of linear speed is acting along this direction, reaches at the D point with the same speed, then direction of linear velocity is changes, reaches at the E point with the same speed, but the direction of linear velocity or tangential velocity is a different direction. See the diagram. At every point on the circular path, speed of the point object remains constant. It is also called magnitude of velocity. Magnitude of velocity is nothing but speed. So magnitude of velocity of the point object remains constant, but at every point on the circular path, direction of linear velocity is continuously changes. But anyhow, then the point object is moving on the circumference of the circle at every point with the constant speed, then the motion of the object motion of the object along the circumference of the circle is said to be uniform circular motion. Next, we are going to see about non-uniform circular motion. In non-uniform circular motion, let us consider one circular path, center of the circular path point O, radius vector r vector, or it is also called the position vector. Initially, position of the point object on the circumference of the circle at a point A. Now, that point object moves along the circumference of the circle, reaches at the B point with the different speed. At the A point, direction of tangential velocity or linear velocity acting along this direction, but magnitude of linear velocity at this A point on certain value. If the same point object reaches at this B point with the different speed with different direction. So if the same point object reaches at the C point with the different speed with the different direction. So the direction of linear velocity is different, and also magnitude of linear velocity of the point object at the C point also different. If the same point object reaches at this D point, magnitude of linear velocity is different from C point, B point, A point, and the direction of linear velocity also different. So in this case of non-uniform circular motion, if your point object or your body moves along the circumference of the circle with the different speed, with the different direction of linear velocity, then the motion of the point object or your body on the circumference of the circle is said to be non-uniform circular motion. Dear students, now we move towards another important topic, centripetal acceleration. Already you have awareness about what is circular motion of the object, uniform circular motion, non-uniform circular motion. On the basis, we continue towards another topic, centripetal acceleration. In a uniform circular motion, it is a circular path. Center point of the circular path, point O. Radius of the circular path is r, which is r vector, that is a position vector. Position vector is directed radially from the center of the circular point. Initial position of the object on the circumference of the circle at this point A. That is a A point, is a point object. Now the point object is moving along the circumference of the circle with the constant speed, that is called uniform circular motion, reaches at this B point. at the A point, tangential velocity of the point object v1 vector. See, at that moment, position vector is r1 vector. If the same point object is reaches at the B point with the constant speed, position vector is changes r2 vector is directed along radially from the center of the circular path. At this B point, direction of tangential velocity or direction of linear velocity of the point object is acting along this direction, that is v2 vector. If the point object is moving on the circumference of the circle, velocity of the point object is continuously changes because magnitude of velocity remains constant, but the direction of linear velocity is continuously changes. Hence, velocity of the point object on the along the circumference of the circle is continuously changes. Angle subtended at the center of the circular path is delta theta. How much position vector can be changes from A position to B position of the point object? This is changing position vector, delta r. Or it is also called displacement of the point object along the circumference of the circle from A point to B point, that is del r. It is a changing position vector. It is also called displacement of the point object from A point to B point. So initially point object starts moving from A point within a time interval del t. The point object reaches at the B point with the constant speed but with a different velocity. At this B point, at that instant, direction of linear velocity v2. In the previous case, at this A point, the direction of linear velocity acting on this direction, you draw the previous direction of velocities at this B position. That is v1 vector. Now, what is the change in velocity if your point object is moving from A point to B point? That is a change in velocity. Change in velocity from initial velocity to final velocity, that is change in velocity. This is direction of change in velocity, del v vector. So, change in velocity del v vector and change in position vector, or it is also called the displacement of the object, point object from A point to B point is del r. In this case, if a point object is moving along the circumference of the circle with the constant speed with the different direction of velocity, delta theta is the shift produced by the position vector delta theta. It is initially shift position vector r1 vector. After a del t time, see the position vector r2 vector. The position vector is shifted through delta theta. Is the same thing. Change in velocity, velocity changes from v1 to v2. It is also angle made from v1 to v2 is the same angle delta theta. So we know that delta theta, which is equal to angle subtended at the center of the circular path in between the two portions of the point object and the circumference of the circle, delta theta, which is equal to arc length divided by radius. So first we take this diagram. How shift produced by the position vector or radius vector from r1 to r2. Change in position vector or radius vector. delta r vector is equal to r2 vector minus r1 vector. That is the displacement from A point to B point. How much displacement is produced by the point object if a point object is moving with the uniform circular motion? That is the displacement delta r vector, or change in position vector, which is equal to change in radius vector. Del r vector is equal to r2 vector minus r1 vector. Equation number 1. Then change in velocity. Change in velocity del v vector, which is equal to initial velocity v1 vector at this A point along this direction. If a point object is moving on the circumference of the circle with the constant speed, reaches at the B point, at that B point, so direction of linear velocity is v2 vector. So what is the change in velocity? Change in velocity del v vector is equal to v2 vector minus v1 vector. Equation number 2. We know that in that value, radius vector r vector, which is equal to magnitude of, that is the r, which is equal to magnitude of r1 vector, which is equal to magnitude of r2 vector. So magnitude of position vector r1 vector, which is equal to radius of the circular path. Magnitude of position vector r2 vector, it is also which is equal to radius of the circular path. Equation number 3. Magnitude of velocity, that is speed, linear speed, or magnitude of velocity, which is equal to magnitude of linear velocity, that is a modulus of v1 vector, which is equal to linear velocity, then modulus of v2 vector, that is the velocity of point object at the B point is v2 vector. You take the modulus, we get the linear speed. So modulus of v1 vector, which is equal to modulus of v2 vector, which is equal to v, because that point object is moving along the circumference of the circle with the constant speed, that is v. Equation number 4. But only important thing, we are going to calculate the centripetal acceleration. Why that particle moving along the circumference of the circle along this direction now in a uniform circular motion, at every point on the circular path, linear speed will not change, but direction of linear velocity is continuously changes. Hence, that particle experiences centripetal acceleration. See the change in velocity direction from initial velocity to final velocity, change in velocity direction. So then only change in velocity of the point object in a uniform circular motion along the circumference of the circle with respect to time, it will experience a centripetal acceleration. Now we are going to calculate the centripetal acceleration. See in this diagram, shift produced by the position vector from r1 to r2 is delta theta. Is the same shift is produced by the velocity vector v1 to v2 is the same shift delta theta. So delta theta, which is equal to, initially we are going to see change in position vector delta theta, that is arc length is del r vector, del r divided by radius, because r1 vector, which is equal to r1 vector modulus, which is equal to r, which is equal to, now take this initial velocity of the point object at the point A along this direction. That's why I put that, draw the direction at the B point. At that B point, new direction of velocity v2. Now the change in velocity del v. So angle subtended at this B point in between the 2 points v1 and v2, that is the change in velocity. So delta theta, which is equal to, this is arc length del v divided by radius. Either we have taken v2 or v1, both is equal value, because magnitude of linear velocity at the A point, magnitude of linear velocity at this B point, magnitude is at the both the point is same. That's why I put V. But we have taken minus because change in velocity direction is directed towards the center of the circular path point. So that's why I put the negative sign. Very important thing, the negative sign, which implies that the change in velocity direction is directed towards the center of the circular path point or directed inwards. Equation number 5. From that equation, both the delta theta is equal. So therefore, delta R divided by R, which is equal to minus delta V divided by V. Rearrange that equation. Delta V, which is equal to minus delta R divided by R. Delta R divided by R into V. So therefore, delta V, which is equal to minus V divided by R into del R. Equation number 6. Equation 6 divided by delta T on both the sides. Equation 6 divided by delta T on both the sides. So delta V divided by delta T, which is equal to minus V divided by R into delta R divided by delta T. We know that delta V divided by delta T is centripetal acceleration, change in velocity with respect to time, or change in velocity divided by change in time interval, which is equal to centripetal acceleration AC, which is equal to minus V divided by R. Displacement divided by time is called velocity, linear velocity. So therefore, it is also V. Then centripetal acceleration AC, which is equal to minus V square divided by R. Equation number 7. Then already we know that in a uniform circular motion, the relation connecting in between linear velocity and the angular velocity, V is equal to R omega. Equation number 8. Equation 8, substitute in equation 7. Equation 8, substitute in equation 7. Centripetal acceleration experienced by the point object in a uniform circular motion AC, which is equal to minus V value R omega whole square divided by R. Then AC, which is equal to R square omega square divided by R get cancelled, which is equal to minus R omega square. That is centripetal acceleration in terms of angular velocity or angular speed, AC, which is equal to minus R omega square. It is a very, very important expression. If a point object is moving in a uniform circular motion, at every point on the circular path, that magnitude of linear velocity remains constant. At every point on the circular path, its direction of linear velocity is continuously changes. So due to change in velocity of the point object on the circular path, then the point object experiences acceleration, then the acceleration direction is directed towards the center of the circular path point. This is centripetal acceleration direction, because change in velocity acts along this direction. It is always directed towards the center of the circular path. So that is the direction of centripetal acceleration is the same direction of change in velocity. So it's very, very important topic, centripetal acceleration. Then in a uniform circular motion, centripetal acceleration is experienced by a point object. AC is equal to minus v squared divided by r. This is v squared divided by r. Another equation, in terms of angular speed, centripetal acceleration experienced by a point object in a uniform circular motion, AC is equal to minus r omega square. The negative sign, which is implies or indicates that then the centripetal acceleration is directed towards the center of the circular path. So see in this video session, you clearly watch each and every seconds, you get knowledge about what is circular motion of the object, what is uniform circular motion, non-uniform circular motion, tangential acceleration, and also centripetal acceleration. Next topic we will see later. Thank you.